Welcome to this week's and the only week of Katie Cloud's broadcast of the research paper that she did. This week and the only week, the topic is wolf hunting, specifically to protect livestock. So for thousands of years, this has been an issue. As soon as wolves and humans came into contact is when competition for prey arose. And since they have this long history of wolf and human contact, many misconceptions about wolves have arisen. That's not to say they're not true, because everything tends to have some sort of factual basis for their origin, but they're not necessarily entirely true. So public opinion on hunting wolves can vary, and a survey was done in Sweden that was distributed to the general public as well as to hunters, and then as well as general public and hunters in wolf populated areas, but we'll just deal with the normal general public and hunters. And there were 5 options for when it would be okay to kill wolves, and people obviously had to choose whether or not they believed so. And they were to protect livestock, if wolves lost their fear in entered populated areas, to protect pets, specifically dogs, if humans just were scared, and to prevent the competition of prey. Now, the first two, both the general public and hunters voted over 50% voted that it was all right to kill wolves. And then hunters also voted that it'd be okay to kill wolves to protect pets, because specifically to protect their hunting dogs. So there are many reasons why wolves might kill livestock, and one of the main ones is that their territory is shrinking because human territory is expanding. Wolves don't really understand human barriers that well, only wolf barriers, wolf territory. So if their territory all of a sudden has a road in it or a ranch, that's not gonna dissuade them from hunting in their area. Also, with hunters obviously hunting wild prey, the sources for wolves will go down, and therefore they'll change to the easier prey, which is in a fence, the livestock. Also, like as I said, livestock's easier to kill because it's already penned in. So, and then I mentioned wolves killing dogs, and this isn't livestock, but it's good to mention, because when hunters are out searching for prey, they may come across wolf territory or a breeding ground, and then the wolves will take that as a sign of aggression, since they're both canines, and most likely attack. The wolf will more than likely come out on top because it's bigger and stronger and more dangerous. So then reasons why humans will kill wolves is obviously to protect prey, but also to protect their dogs, to protect and their fear of wolves that they may have from biases, from misconceptions. If wolves come into populated areas, basically a bunch of the reasons I stated before for the survey. And so this is an option that I never thought about before, but can help actually protect wolves, and that's having wolf hunting as a sport. Now, I didn't think this would work before, but when it was explained that if it's made a sport, there'll be hunting seasons, and hunters don't want to hunt outside of their season. Therefore, there will be a time when the wolves won't be hunted. Also, there's a lot of regulations put on something that's considered a game animal. And with that in mind, they'll have an amount of wolves they're allowed to kill or hunt, as well as what they're allowed to hunt. Like deer, you're not allowed to shoot more than one per license, and then you have to buy another license. Hunters are more likely to support financially and politically to protect their game. As well, conservationists are happy because hunters bring back data on the game that they hunt. And if they bring back data on wolves, that may or may not be known to conservationists so they can help save them. But, sorry. And then there's always other options besides hunting or killing as well, and that's just to protect livestock. In that sense, is using guard dogs, which brings up the worry that guard dogs will get killed. Using like an electric fence or a fence that has flashing lights or bits of fabric, which will then act as a sort of like scarecrow for wolves. Employing more people to guard the sheep or the cattle or whatever it is in the pen, which will cost more money, but ultimately you will most definitely lose less animals. There's also just the practice of relocating wolves if a certain area is way overpopulated and like wolf populations are going down, as well as like prey and livestock. You can always just move it to where the populations are low to balance it out, which is what people have been doing, conservationists have been doing for years now. Now, this is kind of not so much sad, but it can be kind of uncomfortable for some people. So, I just want to mention that at the Wolf Center in Ely, Minnesota, there are 2 Arctic wolf puppies that are slowly being introduced to the wolf pack there, and that is another way to help save wolves, is to breed them in captivity. And so, like, these wolves will not be allowed to be released into the wild, but sometimes they take special steps to make sure that they're allowed, that they're healthy and strong before they get released, but they can also fend for themselves. So, if you want to see the actual results of the survey, I'll have it down below. If not, just continue. Thanks for listening, and I hope you